This is my first time in Nation's Crusade, and I'm hoping it's my last. It's not the dingy, unpainted buildings, or the fact that 1 out of every 3 is condemned and slated for demolition. It's not the gangs of soot-smeared children in turn-of-the-century hand-me-downs playing noisy games in the streets, or the piles of debris gathered at different street corners. It's not even the presence of the well howling in the near distance, or people going about their business as if nothing is out of the ordinary. It's...
Gia! Benny! Look at all the posters!
Nellie sweeps her hand around the block. Every standing wall, whether part of a building or not, is plastered with posters glorifying Annie and her crusade, or remnants from posters that have been torn down.
Yeah, Annie's got a lot of people behind her around these parts, but not everybody. The dissenters just clam up, at least to your face. The bucketheads, they don't like complaints.
The largest building on the block, free from posters and grime, slouches against the skyline, its dark, eye-like belfry casting shadows and judgment on the detritus surrounding it.
Our destination awaits, ladies.
For a community center, the place seems curiously sealed up. Windows are boarded shut, doors are bricked closed. Spikes guard tempting ledges and chains ward off the perimeter.
That's the mission. That's where I snapped the photo. No one's looking this way, so let's bust in pronto.
Wait, where are the guards?
Guards? Why'd they need guards? Look at the place.
Buttoned up or not with what's inside? Fat chance. There has to be something. Benny, they don't need guards. Benny follows my eyes to see a half-dozen open windows facing us and our supposed entrance. An elderly woman with a pie walks past one, sending a disappointed side-eye towards my trousers.
Oh, I see. They got surveillance. Of the busybody variety.
We need to find a more discreet entrance.
Oh, if you say so. Follow me. I know exactly the spot.
He leads me past our supposed entrance and into a recessed sewage access tunnel running alongside the mission. Down some stairs, we find a wall of bricks in the shape of an old door. Why didn't you mention this before?
I don't like the smell of this place. It's gross.
With nothing more to add to his simple explanation, he pulls out a crowbar from his backpack and smashes the loosely bricked up doorway, revealing a tunnel behind it after a few solid whacks. Where did you get that crowbar? You didn't have it at the lighthouse.
I swiped it from Cress's garage last night. Figured we'd need it.
A sharp tingle assails my nostrils with the odor of mildew. The mission is all cracked plaster walls and battered wooden furniture, illuminated by half-melted candles held in rusted iron candelabras.
Hey! What gives? Where's the big thingamajig? I swear it was right here in this room last time. Honest!
You absolutely sure?
I swear on the grave of my grandma, this is the place.
Relax, kid, we believe you. Spread out and look for clues. It's none too clean in here and not a lot of room to hide something that big. I'll bet we can find out what they did with the thing. Stale clothes house communities of dust and mold amongst well-expired cans of food and an old helmet inside the giveaway bin. Handprints around the edges indicate they've been moved recently. A bulletin board is mounted on the wall. It's covered in desperate pleas for aid, going back for several months. Neglected and left to the rigors of this unkempt hall, this organ undoubtedly played powerful music in its glory days, blasting forth with songs of praise and celebration, echoing from the walls in triumph. No footprints, just a thick layer of dust with thin streaks through it, like something was dragged. No one's been here to eat in weeks, but something was here. Several short stacks of chairs spread out unevenly against the rear wall. Hardly the most efficient way to store them, in my mind. Wait a second. Deep cracks spread out across the wall call out like a dinner bell on an old farm. Someone tried to cover them up with plaster, but did a poor job hiding anything at all. Hate to see donations go unused. A quick rummage amongst the decay and my hand falls on something useful. A phonograph record has fallen halfway out from behind the organ. Some music lover must have hidden it back here a while ago, judging by the thick layer of dust on its cover. With the chairs gone, it's plain that the wall has been patched up with plaster in a big hurry. It's practically still wet, but was hand-dried, causing the cracks to form. I've got it figured, I think. Hidden compartments and rooms are a smuggler's bread and butter. Hell, I've plastered over a few walls myself.
Hot dog! That sounds like the doohickey from my snap. Stand back, ladies. I'll make short work of it.
I take a good look at Benny rolling up his sleeves. I don't think he tops 100 pounds. I'd better step in. The kid's all determination and has a bat, but not enough mass. Whoa, settle down, Benny. We don't want our ace reporter hurt. You've got a story to write. Leave it to me. I roll my neck slowly before charging straight at the wall, putting my shoulders straight through it. A few puffs of powder rise into the air, but not much else. The hairs on the inside of my nose stand on end. My head fills with the dull sound of roaring waves, and my breath catches at the sight of Aether, iron, and magic.
Wowzers! I can actually feel the discharging waves in here! This is incredible!
You said it, lady.
I'm no scientist, but I know expensive goods when I see them. These whiz-bangs are rare and expensive. No way Nation's Crusade could afford them on their own. A lone, somewhat shabby office desk sits in front of the amplifier, absurd in the size difference. I see a few schematics piled on top. The flares of red Aether are dazzling my eyes, promising one hell of a headache in the near future. I swear I can feel my fillings vibrating in my mouth. Despite its size, I can see that this hardware has been lashed together with almost no finishing. It's not made to impress, that's for sure. There could be something useful in that unsorted pile of schematics, but it would take some time to go through it all. The seemingly endless pile of flimsy schematics are way over my head for the most part, but I spot something in there that looks similar to Nellie's work. I nab them. Maybe Nellie can make some sense of them. Temporarily oblivious to my existence, Nellie rushes forward, walking around the amplifier as far as she can manage, mumbling to herself for several minutes.
After my initial observations, I've come to two conclusions. First, the purpose of the amplifier. It is my belief that it is working in concert with other devices within the district to shield Nation's Crusade from the well's gravitational forces. Second, the capabilities of the amplifier. I believe it shouldn't take more than a few adjustments to repurpose it to work with Daisy.
So, we could activate the machine from Nation's Crusade and not inside the well.
Exactly.
I like the sound of that. Now we just have to make Annie play ball.
Clam up! Someone's coming!
We all stand stiller than Roman frescoes out of a book. Sure enough, we burst into the front room. Someone's at the front door working the locks. I have only seconds to respond. Benny, Nellie, scram! I walk out into the front room confidently as a group walks in the front door. I roll my shoulders and make a move as if I was just on my way out, projecting as much false confidence as I can muster. One side, kiddies. I've got places to be.
We've got intruders! Stop right there!
So long. I lunge at the closest of the group, causing him to flinch and back into his friends. We make a break for it, feet pounding like a drum solo. I've got a momentary advantage, but how long will it last? Back on the street, a rushing river of bobbing hats ranging in colors and size pulls us into its current. Amongst the crowd, some sing, others dance, yet all wear plastered shark-toothed smiles. What gives? Where are they all headed?
Rather spooky, isn't it?
Looks to me like they're moving over to Quincy Park Terrace.
We're never getting back to the cars in this mess. I must be driving funny as I move slowly through the crowd. Something sinful in my paint job or alien in my eyes, because a kind-eyed woman reaches in and puts her hand on my shoulder.
You look new. I'm glad you're coming along. Annie has a teaching in store for today that will open your eyes.
Ah, I see. Thank you very much.
You are coming, aren't you? This really is something you shouldn't miss.
She speaks half to the crowd while her grip tightens on my arm. Wandering eyes of passers-by lend countless invisible strings to fasten me in place, keeping my foot only hovering above the accelerator.
You really shouldn't.
She and the crowd have me surrounded. I stare into those eyes and imagine what it means to be a fly trapped in a spider's web. Her grip tightens almost painfully, but then she lets go, walking off with a smile and a wave.
Hope to see you soon.
Sitting still while the rushing water of people flows around him, a ragged man begs behind a threadbare cap with barely enough change to buy a cup of joe. Excuse me, sir. Pardon me for asking, but how come you're not heading to the rally? Plenty more marks in a crowd like that. You could probably rake it in.
You're not from here, are you? Those people won't give me a thing without selling them my soul first. I'm gonna want that for later.
Nellie runs up, her usual brightness tarnished by a newly revealed discomfort with crowds.
Sounds like Annie's going to be at Quincy Park Terrace. We can talk to her and ask about the amplifiers. See if she'll help us.
Might be a story in it.
Okay, it's been a while since I've been to church, though. Hope the holy water doesn't burn me too badly. The streets are teeming with foot traffic as we make our way to the grand concert hall in Quincy Park Terrace. Luckily, by the time we find somewhere to park in all of the traffic, we're among the last entering the venue. The hall features several balcony levels and a sizable auditorium, accommodating tens of thousands. Every square foot of space is crammed with the faithful, packing themselves in, shoulder to shoulder with perfect strangers.
And here, we are safe. Here, we are free. God has decided that we are to live in the storm, that we may shine brightest to those who need salvation.
The faces of Annie's people are shining with perspiration, shouting their devotion until they're hoarse. I keep a tight grip on Nellie's arm so I don't lose her or Benny in the crowd.
In the wilderness, surrounded by enemies, Moses held up an image of power upon his staff, an image of fear to the evil, but of salvation to the faithful. Nation's Crusade will offer that image in the lowers.
Annie's audience is making a full-course meal of her impassioned sermon. Their eyes shine with the inner light of unshakable faith. I have to hand it to Annie. She's got the meeting out of the palm of her hand. The speech is in full swing, the audience raptly drinking in every drop of Annie's palpable charisma. It's the perfect opportunity to relieve a bystander of his wallet on the sly. I wait until I bump into another member of the crowd, then dart my hand into his pocket, grabbing what I can and slipping it into my own coat. The crowd moves again, and my mark continues shuffling toward the exit, unaware he's just made an anonymous contribution to the underground.
You, my friends, need not worry that you are chosen. Behold the yawning vortex of pandemonium. See how those mired in sin falter, while the lambs of our crusade remain strong.
Thanks to a bunch of lashed-together Aether amplifiers running interference, that is.
Our prayers have not fallen upon deaf ears. The halls of earthly power cannot help but shake to their very foundations when confronted with our Lord.
If the trust is behind your sudden acquisition of red Aether-powered amplifiers, I have the feeling it's the halls of power shaking you down, sister.
Some call us fools, but those blind to God will see wisdom is folly. While the well is death for some, to us it is God's gift.
I let the even, impassioned speech wash over and through me, trying to see through her words. Is she a nurturer? I motion with my hands, drawing my group closer together for a conversation. Pretty words, but Annie is deliberately downplaying the danger of the well. What's her angle? Does she really think people can live so close?
I do hope Annie has plans beyond relying on the amplifiers alone. Surely if she cares for her people, she'll understand the danger the well represents.
Feeling a little of that old-time religion, Dr. Reinhardt?
She just feels different from the other Barons. I say we at least make the attempt to talk it out.
Are you kidding me? Annie is nothing but trouble with a capital T. She's hiding things from her people. Remember that doohickey we saw earlier? She's double-dealing and up to no good.
I see your point, kid, though it doesn't pay to jump to conclusions.
You asked what I thought, and that's what I gave you.
It's hard to say. For me, it could cut either way. She might mean well, but she's stirring up a viper's nest, playing with folks' hopes and fears.
Never doubt, brothers and sisters, that we of the Nations Crusade are God's chosen people. We will persevere and triumphantly usher in a new heavenly kingdom on Earth.
Yeah. Gotta do some more digging. Find out the whys and wherefores. Good thing you've got ace reporter Benny Castellano with you.
Either way, I hope we can convince her to help us. Everything depends on us getting that amplifier.
And now, brothers and sisters, turn to your neighbor and embrace them. For there are no strangers in this barony. All are the children of God.
Nellie squeezes Benny like a rag doll. The kid blushes to the roots of his hair. I can't help but laugh, but I choke it down as someone approaches me from my blind side and hugs me tightly. I seize at first, ready to break the grab and toss them on their can. But when in Rome, I sigh and pat their arm in affirmation. Thanks. Thank you. That was a nice hug. You can let go now, please. Now. Bless you. Let go.
Bless you also, sister. Are you new to the flock?
Yes, that's right. A friend told me about this place. Thought I'd come see for myself.
That's marvelous news. Your friend is truly doing good work. Here, take this. Perhaps it will help you along your path.
The grabby congregant is all smiles and eager energy as they push a pamphlet into my hands. I can tell they won't take no for an answer.
You should visit Annie at your first opportunity. I'm sure she could show you the way better than my poor words ever could. You'll find her at her home, Gethsemane. Her doors are open to all.
Good idea. Thanks, pal.
And now, my friends, neighbors, brothers, and sisters, let us bow our heads in prayer.
That's our cue. We make our exit as Annie guides the crowd through the end of her service. We take a breather, then head over to the Gethsemane retreat to talk with Annie face to face. It's not much to look at, but when holing up in a place surrounded by allies who have already faced the worst this neighborhood has to offer, the sense of being hunted feels distant. That's more important than all the creature comforts of a swank high-rise. They say a good outlaw can sleep anywhere, and I've put that notion to the test over the years. It's a relief to know your friends have your back while you wait for things to cool off. A few minutes of idle searching reveals something wedged against the wall, behind a corner table. I checked the address twice before parking and walking up. It's an utterly plain brownstone stuck right between two boarding houses. Hardly the fortress or palace I expected. We walk right up to Annie's home. The door is ajar. Playing it safe, I poke my head in. Several of her armed faithful are inside. They all take note, but are not in formation or attention. One of the bucketheads walks over to us.
Welcome to Gethsemane, pilgrim.
The knight's eyes flicker over the pamphlet in my hand.
Ah, you're one of the flock. Right this way, Annie's in a garden. She prefers to relax there after a service.
The guards lead us through to Annie's backyard garden. Nellie bursts forth from the group, wandering around to admire the features and flowers as if she didn't have a care in the world, humming like a honeybee. The garden's presence in the relative squalor of Nation's crusade is a testament to how badly Annie's followers wish to please her. The hedges are perfectly trimmed, the fountain and pond fresh and clean, the stonework well maintained. As we enter, Annie is kneeling in front of a makeshift altar. Her eyes are tightly shut as she murmurs softly. The only sight marring this idyllic scene is the ever-present well, boiling and booming in the distance. Beautiful flowers adorn the trimmed vines climbing up the walls of the courtyard. The bright pastel colors are as vibrant as any painting, drawing the eye away from the skyline's gloom. Though the tall buildings outside Gethsemane would normally look quite intimidating, the skyline actually does a very good job of obscuring the well. Was this spot chosen for that reason? Crafty. From behind the tall buildings around the brownstone, I can make out the bitter promise that is the well, a promise of oblivion, an end to futures. The picnic basket in front of the hedge is chock full of fresh fruits and cheese. Even from several feet away, the scent of the ripened bounty fills the air. In the shade of a tree located in the center of the garden, a makeshift altar has been prepared atop a stone wall circling the tree's trunk. I see Benny skulking near the rear wall of the garden, where he's examining the flowering vines. From the way he keeps looking back and forth, it looks like he's up to no good. Benny's so focused on the flowering vines that he doesn't see me coming. He leans forward, sniffing at the flowers. Steadying himself with his jacket open, his hand shakes with anticipation before making the grab. "Hey, Benny." Benny yelps and turns around to face me. While he turns, I reach out with my far hand and snatch a yellow flower from one of the vines, as quick as a pickpocket. I hold it up to him, smiling.
What? How'd you do that?
Talent, my boy. Pure talent. This what you were after? Try to be a little less obvious next time. I toss him a wink in the yellow bloom. His cheeks flare red. Upon my approach, Annie finishes her prayer and rises to her feet gracefully. As she rises, an axe lying on the ground is revealed just next to her altar. She follows my eyeline and smiles, her eyes sparkling with curiosity.
Welcome, sister. Thank you so much for waiting. You must be new to the neighborhood, but I've already heard of you. You visited the mission on West 31st, am I right? You left quite a mess. But don't worry, all's forgiven. Don't be overly concerned, friends. You could have saved yourself some trouble and asked first. I would have been happy to show you around.
I apologize for any trouble we caused. I assure you, our reasons were sound.
Don't worry, friend. Speak your mind. There's nothing to hide here. Well, you've searched me out and you found me. What can I do for you?
How did you get into your position here, Annie? I noticed that picture by your altar. Was that someone important to you?
Ah, you saw the picture of my father. Before I was born, my parents founded a mission in the lowers, providing health services and free schooling to those less fortunate. I grew up in the mission myself, teaching and caring for others after their example. After they passed, I took up their cause as my own. I swore that I would provide a godly example here on Earth.
Her eye twitches involuntarily. There's something more here, but she seems agitated. I don't want to get on her bad side just now. Maybe later. I've dealt with a few barons before and been all over the lowers, but I've never seen a place like this. People have a lot of opinions about them, but love? That's a new one to me.
We had a baron once, who was more in line with what you have known. Once he tried to suppress the message, but God softened his heart, and he willingly stepped down for the good of the people.
In other words, the Baron of this place tried to send them packing. There was a revolt, power was handed over to her, and she's got everyone convinced it was God's will. A nice arrangement. Your island butts right up against the well. Aren't you worried about the well sucking this place down like a raw oyster?
What my associate means to say is, how do you plan to deal with the well in the long term? Even amplified etheric shields will only work for so long.
By the grace of God we have endured. Surely you don't believe that the will of our Lord, who has conquered death itself, would falter against something so base as an inverted graphitic anomaly.
What?
Shh. Go on, please.
Or maybe it's some unique etheric property, localized, of course, that resists the vortex's force. I don't pretend to be an expert, but I believe Richter's theories on Aether vortices touch upon such a possibility.
To my side, I see Nellie go pale. She wasn't expecting this, and neither was I. Annie is a zealot, to be sure, but also an educated zealot, using terms I barely understand. She's also lying through her teeth. To be straight with you, we've come to ask for your help. There's a lot of bad news coming down the pike, and all of it is aimed at the lowers.
Then, by all means, let's hear what you have to say. It is our purpose to serve, and when necessary, to act as a shield against the evils of the world.
With respect, we come before you in the air of humility to To entreat upon you to, that is...
What are you talking all fancy for, lady? Spit it out already.
What is it you need, sister? Speak plainly. What is the nature of the help you require?
The well is getting bigger, and if we don't do something to close it up real fast, the entire lowers is history. And by how close you bunch are, you shouldn't have to guess who'll be gobbled up first. We've got a plan. Nellie here made a device that should put the whole thing to bed, but it needs your red Aether amplifier you're using to shield...
What? How dare you?
The woman recoils like a bear stumbling across a mirror and its own reflection. Annie's face flushes, maybe the first human response I've really seen coming from her. Now we're getting somewhere. I'm sorry, did I say something wrong?
No, that was right, Gia. That big machine we saw is part of an array, projecting a shield over Nation's crusade to protect it from the worst parts of the well.
Are you calling me a liar?
No, not so much as... Miss Annie, we understand the need to keep some things under wraps, but in light of the danger, surely you can see...
See? What I see is an imp of Satan, spreading lies and rumors in order to undermine my holy mission. Your half-truths and innuendos will find no purchase here.
So much for diplomacy. Annie's face contorts into a mask of rage.
You would dare!
I flinch away in the face of Annie's fury. Nellie to my left gasps. Benny, bless him, snaps a photo out of habit. Annie's eyes are flashing with panic and rage. She grinds her teeth so hard I'm surprised I can't smell smoke.
You have no place here. Guards, take them. Put them to the question.
Whoa, look, let's just talk about...
Come on, gang.
Come back here. Annie says you can't leave.
I think I'll put that off for a while, thanks. Nellie sits beside me silently, still mazed. I know she was hoping for the best out of Annie. She's disappointed, and I don't blame her.
If we make it through this, it's going to make for one heck of a scoop.
Sit in the back and keep your head down, kid. It's about to get dangerous.
Hey, I took a hell of a punch.
Soldiers of the Lord, do your duty!
My heart starts slowing back down to normal as the nation's crusade cars are left in the distance. I roll down my windows to vent the pervading smell of cordite in the air.
What do we do now? She just threw us out, without any good reason.
Let's head back to the hole. We didn't come all this way just to quit. We'll find a way. The roadway ahead narrows into a toll road like nothing I've ever seen before. An entire mobile unit of bucketheads is gathered at the checkpoint, including manned squads of intercept cars and heavy battle wagons.
Holy cats! Look at all that hardware!
It would be suicide to try and blow past this checkpoint. so I stop the car. The second the brakes take hold, a shack next to the checkpoint opens, and a pastor steps out, flanked by 2 armored bucketheads.
Good day, child. Let's take a quick look, hmm? And let's not forget the toll.
Charging a toll here is akin to extortion, but they have the heavy weapons, and I don't. I fork my money over with the reluctance of a war widow removing her wedding band.
Very good. Now let's see.
One of the bucketheads walks over to the pastor with a folded piece of paper. The pastor reads it carefully, then looks up at us squinting. I know that look. He's recognized us somehow.
Prepare yourself for the wages of sin.
Things are about to get tight if I can't think of a way out of this situation. Battle-ready vehicles surround us at every turn. We can't outrun the interceptors, or outgun the battle wagons. You could turn us in, it's true. But maybe there's another way. Could you see your way through to taking a quick smoke break? The pastor's mouth hangs open for a moment. Whatever he was about to say, I can practically hear his brain's shifting gears.
An interesting proposition. I suppose I could enjoy a quick respite. If only I could afford the bill for dinner. And cigars for my men.
Fine by me. More than you'd make after a dozen stops. And all of it done without the fuss and muss of paperwork.
I could see that you support our cause most generously, child. I bid you go along your path and sin no more.
It's an expensive way out, but it could have been worse. Much worse. They wave us through. I can't leave fast enough.
Hi, Gia!
Stumbled across this while I was out.
How did you find something like this down here? This is enough for something else I've been working on. I'm so excited for you to see it. Just check the steamer trunk the next time you're here. Come back soon.
Back already, huh?
Found this one hiding away from the bucketheads. Looked like it was in need of a rescue.
Don't worry. I'll give it a good home. Drive safe.
Back so soon. Happy hunting.
Gia. Goodbye for now.
There you are. Do Vigenia.
Look what the cat dragged in. Drive safe.
Need something? See ya.
Yes, darling? Ta.
Good day. Clear skies to...
Hello. Until next time.
Hello, Gia. All right, bye.
I'm on my third belt of the good stuff and just starting to feel warm when things go in all directions, as usual. And, as usual, Apollo is the one who starts it off.
We could move in on the mission disguised as supplicants, set up an ambush, and take the amplifier by force. They're complacent and slow. Well, I'll bet you yourself could take at least 5, darling.
We might get away with it in the short term, Apollo, but there are Nation Crusade missions all over the lowers. Fighting them off would be a waste of time and resources. There has to be something she wants.
Either way, we need that amplifier array. Countless people will die if we don't do something.
Nellie's right. Like it or lump it, we need those amplifiers. And it doesn't matter how we get them, only that we get them. And fast. Frankly, guys, I'm fresh out of ideas. Apollo, Sam, what do you think?
We could just take the amplifier array. Maybe we could call for additional support from Sophie's Does and Lucas Ledgman. They're good in a scrap.
I hope you're not suggesting what I think you're suggesting. We don't have anything like a standing army. Annie and her bucketheads would squash us like bugs.
Not if we made a deal with some of those gray caps for some Aether weapons of our own. That would shut them up in a hurry, I'll bet.
Wonder weapons aren't any kind of substitute for boots on the ground, Apollo. And even if they were, the Trust would gladly supply Annie with her own. Escalation isn't the answer here.
I don't think negotiation is either, old man.
What's your read on all this, Nellie?
Well, we tried talking. It didn't work, but perhaps we went about it from the wrong angle. Or the truth was too much to take in at once. Or...
Nellie, slow down. We could look at all the things that went wrong another day. What matters is what we're going to do about Annie now.
I know, I just... There really are no easy answers in the lowers, are there?
Tough and tougher choices, remember? So what's your gut say about Annie? Her eyes turn skyward, as though searching for answers in the rafters. None appear.
I wanted to work with her, but I suppose if that's not an option, if we have the means to take the amplifiers by force, we should.
You're serious?
It's an option, isn't it? The well's growing fast. If we don't get those amplifiers, it'll be too late. All my work, what happened to my colleagues, it'll all have been for nothing.
I've been thinking it over, and I have an idea of how to bring Annie to the table. Annie's strength comes from the overwhelming support of her people, but there are cracks in the foundation. We can work with that. Eliminate her support, and we eliminate Annie. Exposing her lies and half-truths will make her people turn on her, which leads me to our secret weapon. Benny, how many photos did you snap during our little trip through Nation's Crusade?
I got about 3 rolls worth. Not all of them are keepers, of course, but still, that's something like 70 snaps? 70! Hot dog!
If we expose those photographs and disseminate them effectively, the little pisher's pictures might be just what we need to show the people what's really keeping them safe.
Nice work, kid. Want a job? We can always use another set of eyes.
I'll pass. I'm a reporter, not a revolutionary. You can have the film, but then you're on your own.
I should convince Benny to stick around. He's good at sticking his nose into Annie's business, and he's better with a camera than I am. And I hate to admit it, he's growing on me. I could use a few laughs. Benny's got a big heart and will always try to do the right thing. Benny, can you really say that taking down the trust is a story you want to step away from?
You got a point there.
So what do you say, Big Mouth? Are you in?
Okay, you talked me into it. But I have conditions. I want my own room, I want 3 squares a day. Oh, and I want a box of good cigars.
I think we can manage that, kid. Now, we've got your photos. That's a good starting point. But if we're going to turn the people against Annie, we need to know where to find the proof that she's lying.
Oh boy, have I got some leads for you. Corruption, fraud, incompetence, malfeasance.
I don't suppose you've looked into Annie's love life, Benny.
Sure. The word on the street is that Annie has a secret lover. A real handsome fella with a...
No, Gia. Benny, that's the wrong type of muck. We need to get people angry, inspired. What do we have that shows Annie failing?
A movement like Annie's grows with gatherings, to spread the good word. Have you looked into her rallies and sermons? Anything we can use?
So there's this big pilgrimage thing that Annie's got. All about her. Seems there's been problems lately. Mysterious things. Attacks, money going missing. It all stinks to high heaven.
That's more like it. Anything else?
Annie might have her people in an iron grip morally, but they still need to blow off steam somehow. How do they shake a leg without any booze or gambling?
I did hear a rumor that there's this humongous dance. I've been trying to track it down. Huge party. The whole thing is a big secret since it was banned.
A dance?
Yeah. Word is, it moves from place to place so it can't be rumbled by the bucketheads. Sure would make Annie look like a sucker, right?
I'll say, it wouldn't look good for Annie to be caught slipping.
I'm impressed, Benny. You came through with some good leads.
Aw, shucks.
You see, my friends? This young man is already paying off for us. Well done, lad. But you have a lot to learn and not much time. I think one of our members should mentor young Benito here.
Good idea, old man. What do you think, Gia? Who should look after Benny in the short term?
I don't want to risk Benny in a ring or out in the streets just yet. Cress, show the kids some of that magic wrench. He can help you keep the vehicles in tip-top shape.
I guess I could use another hand in the garage. But you owe me one, Gia. I hope you have some clothes you don't mind getting dirty, Benny.
Oh yeah, I'm going to soup up my car so it's the fastest hunk of junk in the city. What's the word?
How's the mentorship going?
Cress ain't much of a talker, is she? I try to get some chatter going while we work, and she just shrugs.
Give her some time. When she's working, she's working. She's just figuring out where to fit you in.
Huh. You might be onto something. She used to stonewall my one-liners, but I almost got a chuckle out of her. And she always slows down when I say I've never seen something before. Thanks for the insight. I'll keep at it.
So, ace reporter for the Crier, huh?
Hey, what's with the skepticism? I got your proof right here.
Benny rustles through his oversized bag and holds up a lovingly folded paper. Amidst the who's seeing who and who's taking what, an article by Benito Castellano decries the treatment of Aether rig workers. Okay, I get it, you're the real thing. How'd you land the gig anyway? The Midtown Crier's a rag, but even they got some standards.
I earned it. See, I started out in the barrio. I'd report scoops from my perch. Turns out, scandal, corruption, and malfeasance are hot topics, especially when they come from an unfiltered point of view. So I start thinking. I got scoops, contacts, and a following. All I'm missing is an official platform. The Midtown Criers work in a similar beat, so I apply to be one of their muckrakers.
And they hired you, without so much as raising an eyebrow about hiring a kid?
Didn't matter. I tells them that if they wanted my dynamite scoop, they owed me the byline. My skills did the rest of the talking.
Most kids are selling papers. Meanwhile, you're out there writing them.
That's how it started. See, you're talking to the former numero uno bullhorn of the Newsy Union. Before I got my reporter badge, I was speaking at all our rallies and protests.
Sounds pretty impressive. So what made you give it up?
There was this reporter, real class act. She covers our protest, and it hits me. She ain't repeating the usual spin pieces. She's talking to the little guy and taking on fat cats with the unvarnished truth.
Must have really left an impression on you, huh?
Yeah, I figure, hot dog, if this is what journalistic integrity's supposed to look like, I want in. If you hear something juicy, let me know.
Look what the cat dragged in.
How's Benny? Any problems?
The problem is he's overexcited. Wants to speed before he knows the difference between the accelerator and the brake. So I'm starting him small. Get him used to working with the basics.
You know, you sound a little like Sam when he talks about you.
Ah, so you want to take over babysitting duty, Randazzo.
Was Annie always so...
So, fire and brimstone?
A little, yeah. She didn't just turn on us. She sicked her guards on us the moment we said their barrier wasn't as divine as she claimed it was. Cress's shoulders tense, knots forming as her image of Annie tangles with mine.
Annie's always wanted to save the world. That much is real.
And the part about being chosen by God? That recent?
I don't know. If she ever believed it back then, she never said it.
You used to live in Nation's Crusade, right? What was it like back then?
Smaller. Not many baronies risk hanging around the well. If it's not a gravity storm that gets you, it's a rival barony. But for folks with nowhere to go, there was a hope for a fresh start.
Folks like you.
Yeah, folks like me. Nation's Crusade believes in helping the downtrodden, and no one's more underfoot than an Aether. I needed to get back on my feet. They gave me the space to do it. Wouldn't have been in any shape to run a garage otherwise. Both hands on the wheel. Yeah.
There's a heavy feeling in the air tonight. Benny sits at a table with a hangdog impression, an open root beer on the table in front of him. He barely acknowledges me as I sit. Hi there, kid. What's with the basset hound impression? Someone break your pencil?
Oh, hi, Gia. I got a problem, see? There's this girl. I think she's real swell.
Nellie, right?
How did you know?
Magic smuggler powers? Come on, it's obvious. She's cute, she's smart, and she's the only one here not old enough to be your mother. What's not to like?
I just don't know what to do. Should I ask her out? Or maybe get her a little gift? Or just forget about it? I mean, she's class. And I'm just me.
I hate to dampen your burgeoning thoughts of romance, young man, but Eleanor is quite absorbed with her research. I doubt she would have time to deal with your infatuation.
I'm about to fire back at Alistair for his unasked-for opinion, but Benny's excited exclamations have attracted the attention of some of our mutual associates. Apparently they have their own thoughts to share. This should be good.
Hey, kid. You want to get a girl's attention? 3 things. Be aloof, do something great in front of her, and as soon as she's interested, disappear. You leave her hungry for more, she'll be chasing you before you know it.
Oh, you want my advice too? Why not make her something nice, like a paperweight or birdhouse, I don't know.
Benny is wilting under the merciless deluge of well-meaning romantic guidance. I put a hand on his arm and lean in to give him some big sister counsel. Say, do you still have that flower you picked for Nellie back at Gethsemane?
Oh. All right. Yeah, I got it right here. It's a little bit squashed from carrying it around in my coat and all.
Trust me, kid. Go buy a cheap vase for it and put it in a little water. She'll love it.
You think so?
I know if I was in danger like we were back on Annie's island, and some guy cared enough about me in that den of vipers to pick me a flower, I'd be impressed.
Hey, yeah. I mean, when you put it that way. Hey, thanks, Gia. You're pretty smart sometimes, you know that?
Hello. Goodbye for now.
Good day.
Giovanna. See you soon, darling.
Need something? You know where to find me.
Hey there. Both hands on the wheel.
Giovanna. Don't be a stranger.
What's the word?
So, how'd things go with Nellie?
I thought about what you said, picked out the best vase I could get on a budget, and handed it to her. She was practically over the moon, and that was before she even heard where I got it.
And? What did she say?
She told me I'm a great guy, even told me to ask her again when I'm older. See you later.
Yes?
Had a feeling the sit-down with Annie wouldn't go smoothly. Just didn't think it'd take a sharp turn sideways.
I don't understand. She's seen the well. She must know what'll happen if left unchecked. Why wouldn't she want it fixed? Surely that would impress her followers more than some stage showmanship.
Hell if I know. Maybe she bought into the lie herself. Or maybe she's more conniving than we thought. Either way, I doubt she'll bend unless we make her.
I hope she does. All those people are on the edge of the well. If the well breaks through those towers... Oh, it'll be really bad, Gia. Come back soon!
Good day. Clear skies to you.
Just ahead, the sounds of chaos emanate from a group of Buckethead cars surrounding a protest group. The Bucketheads are busy arresting a token number of participants for their civil disobedience. Right now, the crowd is dispersing slowly, but one wrong move could set the whole place off. I scan the crowd, looking for any sign that things might go sideways. Everything looks normal at first, but I eventually notice one man in particular who catches my eye. His coat has been treated with a fresh coat of dirt, but it's a little too tailored for something worn by your average pilgrim. He's clearly more interested in agitating the crowd than calming things down. His ramrod straight posture and concealed weapon spoiling the line of his coat clinch it. This guy is a Blacktail's mercenary, hired to stir up trouble. Putting Annie on the warpath might just flush us out. I step out of my car and slip into the crowd. If the Blacktail's agent knows I'm here, he certainly doesn't show it. I use the noise and congestion to mask my approach. I wait until the last possible moment to draw my gun, keeping it close to my body so as not to frighten the bystanders. I reach over his shoulder and pull him tightly against the barrel. I know why you're here. I can put a bullet through your lung right now and get away with it in the crowd's confusion. But as a professional courtesy, I'm going to give you the opportunity to walk away.
You have no idea who you're crossing, lady.
Whatever you say, tough guy. Now march, or Wilcox will be in the market for a new rabble-rouser. I release my hold on him, and he takes a moment to straighten his coat before calmly exiting the crowd. I keep an eye on him until he disappears down a nearby alleyway, then head back to my car. I circle bleachers and overgrown fields like a bee, until I'm drawn to a flower made of colorful paper. The ground around it's ringed by footprints. A group was here recently. The museum's a sealed-up mausoleum. Its headstone, a weathered sign, reads closed permanently due to crimes against human decency. So why's the lock on the side door brand new? I pick the lock, and the gallery door opens its polished floors and uncovered displays to me. Someone's been taking care of the place, and they've left a canvas inviting guest messages. Among the heartfelt appreciations, initials, and doodles, a cartoon Annie sulks in a corner. The spotlighted reader boards filled up with names, but I somehow doubt Charity Grissom's short stories of the soul would have headlined during the place's club days. I snoop the stacks of dry reading material and breathe stale air until I find something shiny hidden away in the back room. A projector stocked with bootleg film reels. I'm halfway back to the car when someone calls me out.
Excuse me? Are you lost, miss?
Yeah, I was looking for something. Must have been somewhere else. The woman's eyes glide from me to my latest search site. I keep my face calm as I unlock the car, but I turn the key fast as she follows my coattails.
Are you looking for the recreational jump group?
Sweat pours off her brow, eyes twitching like a bug expecting a newspaper. Fortunately for the both of us, she'd said exactly what I needed to hear. Might be. Know where I can find them?
Grayson's having it over at the garage. Better hop to it.
The Between the drawn shutters, the barren front lot, and the sign flipped to closed, the garage was a lonely shack, a blemish on the side of the road to somewhere. Walking up tells a different story. The ground rhythmically pounds beneath my feet while the shutters bleed clandestine murmurs.
Holy smokes! You hear that? This is it! The floating dance hall!
Yeah, I hear. Now, let's figure out how we're getting inside without spooking them off. A yawning vent rests above the peeling mailbox. I do my best impression of a cat and clamber up, curling my claws into the edge of the vent to pull myself up for a listen. Faint echoes drift through the steel tunnel. Before I can make out a rumble of exhaust from a distant shuffle, my knuckles begin to ache. I adjust my grip, but my glove slips. Next thing I know, my head's ringing, I'm flat on my ass, and I'm left staring up at Benny's concerned face. Seconds later, the door slams open.
What in the heck is going on here?
I saw a mouse. The man in the suit helps me up. There's a layer of sweat on his calloused palms, and a second's worth of tremors in his fingers.
Yeah, there are mice everywhere is why I'm here. I'm inspecting the building. You should go. Who knows how many more there are.
Inspection, huh? Place don't look so bad to me. In fact, up close, I'd say it looks to be of a respectable quality.
It's all on the inside. There are termites, rats, all kinds of unpleasant stuff. But don't be alarmed. We're doing a deep clean to get the garage back in order.
Never met a building inspector who doubled as a pest control.
Staffing's been brutal. We can't afford to send someone out to find the problem and another to fix it. Speaking of which, I should really go. We're gonna start fumigation.
It's a semi-competent lie, but it falls apart faster than a cheap lamp, with the bang of a distant door and the patter of fleeing feet.
Oh, that must be Bob. He must have found a cockroach.
Look, cards on the table. You're Grayson, right? The Joe running the floating dance hall?
Yeah, I am. Nice to meet you too. And you are?
Gia Rendazzo. And this is Benny. Group we're with wants to hire you for a party.
Oh, sure. But how many people you got coming? I got something planned in the tunnels next week. We can get another 5 or so, if they're hip enough to party with Aether ears.
Looking for something a lot bigger. Need a community-wide shindig. Something to remind folks around here what it was like to let their hair down. The sooner, the better. Grayson looks at me like I'm talking about moving the moon. He brings himself back to the comfort of Earth with a cough.
Wow, dang, that's a lot to drop on a fella.
Can't do it?
No, it's not that I don't know how, but there are reasons we're partying it up in the middle of nowhere. Nation's Crusade has a ban on any frivolous and morally suspect music.
Look, Grayson, I may not be a party organizer, but I've done my share of gigs. Nothing beats the thrill of pulling off a big one.
Oh, I know, it's just, if we're doing this, we can't do it by halves. It's gonna have to be a lot of work to hustle through. Might be tough on, someone so young.
What, you talking about me? I'm the star reporter for the Crier. I work the streets on the daily, throwing parties as kid stuff.
With every word, every assurance, Grayson's eyes brighten. Seeming distant possibilities move into focus. Suddenly, moving the moon doesn't seem impossible.
Well, shoot. Why not? Let's do it. Let's throw NC the biggest bash in memory. I gotta finish up here, but meet me at the records building in Meadowlark. Head for the lower door during after hours. Gia! Over here!
We look for the drab spot of color against a set of concrete steps and a double set of ornate doors. A film of grime says no one's been down here for months. Need help getting it open?
I got it, I think. My key should still work.
The door clicks open to a long, dark box. It's like breathing in a decades-sealed cabinet. Dust and stale air rush my nose, filling it with aged paper and cardboard.
Ow!
Oh, Jesus. Gia, could you get the lights? Wall to your right.
A cloud of dust wafts through what little space is left between several towers of boxes. Grayson skips around the mess.
Welcome to the Swan. What'd you think?
Hot dog! Get a look at the size of this place. You fit a stadium's worth of Metro Maniacs fans in here.
Yeah, but it's going to be a fixer-upper. Think we can get it ready in time?
Hey, you wanted to remind people of how things used to be? The Swan once was the go-to place for a good time, whether you were a first-timer or a champion dancer.
My eyes rove the hall. For every box and stapler I find, I see pieces of its former glory in chandeliers and brass ornaments. It's not often you uncover spots like this in the lowers. What's the story behind this place?
You're looking at the oldest dance academy this side of the lowers. It was opened 3 barons back by a generous old lady with a fondness for romance and a hatred of crass, smoky nightclubs. She left it to the community when she passed, and we took darn good care of it. We used to alternate between teaching, casual, and competitive dance nights.
You seem pretty familiar with the place. Didn't just have a key. You knew where the light switch was in the dark.
Yeah, I forgot to give the key back when the hall closed. After what happened, I didn't think they'd mind if I kept a souvenir. I used to be one of their regulars. Mostly provided the music, but some nights I'd come down here just to sit. Me and others used to spend whole nights chatting it up under these chandeliers.
All right. Where do we get started?
It's been some time since I was down here. How about you take a looky-loo? See if you can find the hall's dance sheets and record player. Oh, and we'll need to see if the bar's still hooked up.
I give the boxes a rifle through and give up at the 4th. Whatever the Swan might have been before, Nation's Crusade buried it with enough staplers and lined paper to supply a skyscraper. Musty sheets, cracked light bulbs, cobwebs in all corners. Hope Grayson's got a ladder. Among inventory papers and broken glass, my eyes drawn to several footprints dotting a scrap of something. My shoe taps the pattern out to an invisible partner. Back, right, up, right. These are dance sheets, right? Where do you want them?
table's good.
While I ankle around a jungle of knickknacks, Benny's got Grayson's ear in an interview between juggling light bulbs.
So, Mr. Grayson, the Criers readers want to know, who are you exactly? How's a suit go from pushing pencils to throwing clandestine shindigs?
You aren't gonna publish my name, are you?
Nah, I'll give you a whatchamacallit, a pseudonym. Gotta protect my sources. We can call you something mysterious, like Mr. X.
Mr. X, huh? Well, okay then. As for the question, I've actually always had a relationship with pushing pencils. Being a musician usually means doing something to pay the bills between gigs.
Hang on. The Cooper Club's Battle of the Bands, right? You were one of the acts.
Oh gosh, yes. I might not have been Silverfoot James or Kid Holiday, but I like to think I put on a good show back there.
An off-color corner pokes out of the boxes, like a hand breaking through the rubble of a collapsed building, pleading for help. It takes several minutes to dig out a stage, a record player, and a trombone and its case. Found the record player.
Thank goodness. Yeah. That, takes care of them.
Grayson's chipper mood fades, swallowed by some dark cloud cast by the stage.
I guess he never came back for it.
The who and the what?
My ex-partner. Old bandmate. We used to go everywhere together. My trumpet and his trombone, too. The Swan, the streets, the rooming house. Anywhere we could play.
Used to?
We had a disagreement, but it's...
Between the shuffling of boxes, the soft chatter of voices, and the scritch of Benny's pencil, the air starts to feel lighter.
You said, I quote, Nation's Crusade has a ban on frivolous and morally suspect music. So how come you're still here? Shouldn't you be playing at some club on the other side of the lowers?
Well, I tried auditioning around after the band. Briefly landed a gig on another island, but Annie's followers started spreading the word there, too, so... It wasn't long before I was looking for work again. And once the money ran out and the callbacks stopped, I was stuck.
The pencil stops.
That ain't fair.
Yeah, you're right, but I look at it this way. We've all got to eat somehow, and if I keep eating, I'll keep finding chances to keep playing.
The bar's a dumping ground, counter struggling under a hill of boxes and a ring of files and spare mugs. I squeeze my hand under the counter and flip the switch. The fridge hums awake. Bar's got power.
Terrific. Gia, can we borrow you?
They've got a corner mostly excavated, except for a stack of steel folding chairs. 3 trips later, we uncover a patch of wood and a fleeing spider. It runs off behind a large pile of clutter. Going to take a lot of elbow grease to make this place presentable. We'd better get enough people to make it worth it.
Trust me, despite all the finger-wagging around impropriety and wild behavior, there are still plenty of people who want to dance. All they need is somewhere to do it.
Oh, I see how it is. It's like they say, nothing draws a crowd like a crowd.
Exactly. You think I started with a garage full of people? It started as friends, then neighbors, then friends of neighbors, then people I'd never met, all who just wanted to hear the music again.
Maybe it's the sparkle in his eyes as he says it, or the Anyway, how's it look?
It's the same swan I fell in love with. Or she will be once we get these dang boxes out of the way and start gussying her up. Oh gosh, I got so much to do.
Then we're better off splitting the work. Aside from the venue, what's left?
Usually I'd be sending out the invite. I stash location, time, specifics in the different spots. That lets the regulars know who to bring and where to keep the bucketheads away from.
No problem. Just tell me where to deliver and I'll get the word out.
Okay, sure. That leaves stocking supplies. Gia, I hate to ask, but...
That depends. What am I grabbing? Grayson taps his thoughts out on his chin like he's checking against items on a list. One has him frowning, briefly but deeply.
Booze, music, and cosmetics. Whatever you can get. I was already planning a run for next week's party, but we'll need it sooner. Fortunately, you can grab it all in one place.
Last I checked, even bootleggers avoided Nation's Crusade. No one wants to risk getting caught holding moonshine by a buckethead.
It's around, if you know where to look. Officials hoard it for their rallies, usually get a fresh stock whenever they raid speakeasies or get a new island. If you're lucky, you can sneak off with some.
And if I can't?
We won't be completely dry. I have a regular attendee who brings homemade grape juice. It'll keep the taps flowing for a little while, just not the night, or half the night.
You're a musician. You and that record player aren't enough entertainment?
Yeah, I mean, sure. It'll do in a pinch. But the Swan's records haven't been updated in years. People aren't going to show for something they've heard 100 times. I was thinking,
Grayson drops his gaze to his feet, rubbing his hands across his cheeks as though to ease the words out.
I was thinking we're reopening the Swan. People will feel nostalgic. It might be nice to do a reunion gig with me and Freddie. The Swan's best brass players, back for one night only.
Still not seeing where you need my help. He's your bandmate. What's stopping you from asking him?
Freddie won't talk shop with me. Stopped after Annie made clear the music band was here to stay. Won't even talk about tunes or auditions, let alone any floating dance halls.
But he'll talk to me? A total stranger? For a moment, the man looks like he wants to take back his request and bury it away in the pockets of his drab suit. But hope's a powerful thing.
Freddie looks like some no-nonsense, gloomy guy. But he's not. He's the most passionate musician I've ever met. Keep things polite and respectful, and he'll hear you out. Tell him I want to talk. That's all.
Cosmetics?
Yeah. The Swan used to give guests the Cinderella treatment. Helped them feel good about themselves. There are folks who haven't seen a tube of lipstick or a jar of hair oil in years.
Huh. Yeah. Now that you mention it, I've been seeing less painted ladies around.
What's got Nation's Crusade hung up on cosmetics?
Oh, they're, signs of loose morals that encourage dangerous intermingling. Same way bright clothing or scents tempt you into pride and vanity.
Uh-huh. Sounds like I won't find any at the local beauty shop then.
Oh gosh, no, none of those left either. But I hired a smuggler to bring some in. I was gonna meet him for the pickup later. It's by an iron gate. Tell him Grayson sent you, and that the invite's still good.
All right. Sounds doable. Where am I heading?
The Temperance Rally. Annie runs it at least once a month, brings everyone together. You bring what you have to purge, and you destroy it with the help of your neighbors. The most devout always show up. And Freddy.
The musician swallows down a lump. I don't know what makes him more queasy. The event itself or his dear pal giving up the horn for an axe. Charming. The booze and your bandmate I get. But why would you arrange a pickup in the middle of a mob?
It felt like the easiest place to hide an outsider, you know? Like a tree in a forest. Nothing unusual about visitors who want to see what upstanding living looks like.
I'll look into it. You just focus on the venue.
Break a leg. And try to grab as much as you can. The more we get, the better the party.
Brighter than the fires of hell, and hotter than the sun, a chorus of righteous axes rain down on items judged guilty. Rivers of liquor seep into the ground while metal, wood, and paper feed the pyres. I duck behind the crowd of manic avengers while Baron Annie the Axe takes to the field.
We shall cut down their idols, destroy their sacred pillars, burn their altars. As Paul said, give no opportunity to the devil.
She goes to a woman struggling under the weight of crates of bottles. Together, they cast it over the edge to the applause of an adoring crowd.
Drinking, gambling, vanity, pleasures of the flesh. But we do not gratify these earthly desires. Instead, we walk by the Spirit of the Lord.
The answering shouts make the island quake like it's Judgment Day. It only comes to an abrupt lull when Annie steps down from her perch to hold out her hand to a downcast man.
These books were my late wife's. She was a good woman. Never meant any harm, but the content is, I know. But these were hers.
What does Paul say? That the devil and his machinations will come in sheep's clothing. All of us can be deceived, brother. Your wife meant no harm, but she carried on with evil, just as my parents did. You can make that right.
Her words are the push he needs. He sobs and lets his wife's books fall, cremated by the flames to a choir of soothing neighbors. I tightly thumb Zio's hat.
I love a happy ending, don't you?
I jump out of my skin. The twisted melodrama must have thrown me off, because I hadn't seen the crone or her basket of goodies until she was at my shoulder.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Lamb Chop. I didn't mean to frighten you. I would have said hello earlier, but you look completely taken with our Annie.
Yeah, she's a real inspiration. Hard to take your eyes off her.
Well, look at you. You're a fresh daisy in the flower patch, and you're already sucking things in like a swatter.
Wait a sec. How do you know I'm new?
Why, it's my job. I'm one of the event organizers, or as I like to call it, the door lady. When I see a new face, I can't help but make them feel welcome. Here, for you.
She catches my hand. Years of social niceties and smuggler instincts prevent me from yanking it away before she palms me a set of dice. Didn't think Nation's Crusade approved of gambling.
No, these are the cast out lamb chop. I keep them on hand to help warm folks up. Small and easy. Toss them and you're done.
She watches me with as much anticipation as the witch waiting for Gretel to take a bite. When in Nation's Crusade, I tell myself. I roll them between my fingers and throw them over the edge.
Would you look at that? Clean to the burrows. We'll make a destroyer of vice out of you yet.
But take hope, for even our Christ was tempted. Stay vigilant, brothers and sisters.
Bodies disperse as Annie charges forward, rallying her followers to other battlements. I slowly exhale and use the shift in the crowd to make my escape. Thanks for the welcome, ma'am. Think I'll go mingle.
Call me Bethany. I'd love to introduce you around, but someone's got to mind the exit. You'll be all right on your own?
I'll figure something out.
That's the spirit. Have a lovely time. But don't slack off, We're here to destroy sin. Cookies are only for those who do their part.
The older woman totters off, but a sickly sensation lingers. Maybe she's nosy, but she casually glances my way once in a while. Better hope she gets over a mother henning fast. The crackle of white-hot embers and the smell of pulp, plastic, and fabrics have me breathing shallow. I turn my head upwind and notice the curve of a still pristine record. A spidery itch crawls down my spine. Looks like my nosy greeter's still watching. Under the popping of flames and the dying twang of someone smashing a guitar, I slip the record between my coat and shirt. If the party doesn't love it, Cress will. The truck on the side is loaded, but strangely untouched. I find the cause in a letter stuck on the dash. They detail orders to move overstock to storage, stamped with Nation's Crusade seal. It hits me. I could walk out of here with barrels of booze if I had one of those letters, but Bethany's gaze is like a hovering wooden spoon. I grudgingly decide to circle back later. Whatever you think of paupers, they all share a similar story. Shadowy, glow-eyed specters at the Undercity gates. This one standing around topside like an alligator sunbathing in a fountain.
What are you staring at?
Sorry, caught me off guard. Never seen a pauper out in the open.
New to Nation's Crusade, eh? So long as you don't shriek over some rats scurrying around, we won't have any problems.
Not worried about terriers? The headlights behind his goggles take on an intensely gleeful glow.
Yeah, the Baron gave him a talking to. Our contracts state they can't stop us from joining service, or the destruction of evil when we see it.
But you don't seem to be in a hurry to grab an axe or kindling.
My part comes later. I'll be here all night, sister, cleaning up after the topsiders have had their fun. Otherwise, they let moonshine flood the tunnels and block our doors with their barrels.
You folks look like you've got a decent relationship with Annie.
Yeah, well, it's all right. Best we've ever had with the Baron. Only one to include Aetherians when they preach human decency.
So you're a fan. It's almost impossible to see past the thick lens, but I almost see the crease of a brow and the upward flick of his gaze.
I don't think she's all that. But her way means I get the sky.
Hypothetically, if someone wanted to take some of those barrels off your hands, how much would it cost?
Hypothetically, make me an offer.
This event's a circus. Doubt they make cleanup easy.
No, they do not.
What if I said I got something planned for those barrels? Something that'll have the stiffs clutching their pearls.
I'd say it could be worth it. Nice if someone else could be inconvenienced for once. The barrels will be by your car.
Fat wooden bodies spill their heady contents into a nearby drain. A barrel or two would be a hit at the party, if I can find more than women's-sized pockets to smuggle them out. A spidery itch crawls down my spine. Looks like my nosy greeter's still watching. I borrow an axe off a noble-faced official and take my best swing. The executioner's blade splits through to the cheers of the crowd and the mourning of my inner smuggler. Can't leave yet. Still need to find Freddy in the pickup. Bells shrilly scream under a beating of axes. Nation's Crusade must have raided a casino, because there are enough slot machines to fill a wing of pandemonium. Some still jingle with coins between hits. A spidery itch crawls down my spine. Looks like my nosy greeter's still watching. I kneel over the hill of battered metal corpses and jam my boot knife between the loose plating. A few wriggles later, it pops loose, releasing its bounty to my waiting pocket. Look for the iron gate, Grayson had said. I casually lean against it, but 5 minutes pass and the only thing that joins me is falling ash. A small scrap of cloth tucked into a nearby fence waves at me. Yellow for attention, a smuggler's message. I tug it out, along with a note hidden in a matchbox. The message is curt. Too hot, meet at the bend on the closed road. My heart kicks through my ribs at the handwriting. I knew it from scribbled work orders and personal notes slipped in my pockets. Part of me wants to tell Grayson his pickup was a wash, but I've still got a job to do, even if it means meeting with needles. Amidst the shouting and raucous fervor, I hear the steady chop of an axe. The man behind it wields it with the air of a cloud on a funeral day, preparing tinder for the pyres. Freddy?
Yes? Can I help you, miss?
Gia Randazzo. I'm a mutual friend of Grayson's.
Are you here on his behalf?
There a problem if I am? The former musician snorts, giving me a knowing half-smile dyed in melancholy.
No offense, but I'll have to decline. Grayson didn't come himself, which means he wants you to ask me something he knows I'll say no to.
Another barrel slate breaks. He throws them into a pile and starts on another.
I'm not looking for trouble, Miss Randazzo. It's my day off.
Hell of a way to be spending your day off. Don't got any hobbies to catch up on?
Fresh air, social time, exercise. I don't need much else.
You sure about that? Because from where I'm standing, you look like you'd rather be anywhere else. The axe comes down with pitch-perfect precision, but there's not a drop of satisfaction behind those eyes.
Doesn't matter what I want, it's responsibility. I already promised Mrs. Bethany I'd replenish the wood.
You that worried about a conversation?
By smooth talk and flattery, they deceive the minds of naive people. You give them a minute and you find yourself planting plants in a greenhouse because someone said please.
Grayson's that persuasive, huh? He answers by chopping wood chips into splinters.
How is he?
Looked fine, last I checked.
Good.
Maybe his mind's made up, but Grayson had been sure Freddy would at least hear me out. I wait until Freddy's finished taking apart a bar top before I try again. Look, Freddy, I'm not asking for much. A minute of your time and I'll be out of your hair. I'll even tell Grayson to give you space. A tangle of emotions whirls across his face before they come out in a long sigh.
Your minute starts now. What's Grayson want?
I think about saying he can ask Grayson himself, but one look at the grim line of his face tells me he's not budging without something solid. In low tones, I show him my hand. An opportunity. Grayson's organizing something from the good old days, one night only. He wanted to know if you'd be up for a reunion. He closes his eyes, breathes slow, and, just as slowly, puts the axe to the side.
Gia, was it? I'm going to assume you're trying to help, but you're not. You're enabling him.
So what? You think he should give up? Like you?
Yes. Grayson's chasing something that isn't coming back. We took our shot and we failed. We're stuck now, so we might as well make something out of it. He'd rather get himself hurt. He'll get caught, or he'll wake up and realize it's been for nothing. I won't be a part of that.
Yeah, you look real happy right now.
I never said anything about happy. It's about making do. I've made peace with that.
And how's that working out for you? Smashing up firewood just because some lady said to fight evil?
I think you should go. I've gotta finish this.
All right, fine. You don't care anymore. So you won't mind if I trade that trombone in at the pawn shop?
If you lay a finger on it, I'll...
His mouth hangs open, the near threat as good as a confession.
You're as sneaky as Grayson. I need to clear my head. If you see Grayson first, tell him I'll think about it.
Truck on the side is loaded, but strangely untouched. I find the cause in a letter stuck on the dash. They detail orders to move overstock to storage, stamped with Nation's Crusade's seal. It hits me. I could walk out of here with barrels of booze if I had one of those letters, but Bethany's gaze is like a hovering wooden spoon. I grudgingly decide to circle back later.
Hello, Lamb Chop. Leaving so soon?
You sound like you run a lot of these events.
At least once a month. Honestly, I thought we'd wind down once Annie made it a regular affair, but the Lores is a very bad place. There's no shortage of wicked things to be rid of, try as we do. Mind you, I've been a card-carrying member of the Ribbon Temperance Brigade long before Annie came along. I signed up in honor of my late husband.
Was he a pious sort too?
No, he was a drunk. The only sinful thing he ever removed from this world was when he drank himself into the devil's care.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't be. The man had a mean temper when he had a drink in him. You can say good riddance and leave it at that.
Yeah, time I head out.
Of course. Thank you so much for stopping by. Before you go, I have something to say. Dearie, when Annie calls to you to destroy evil, you act. No buts, no coy blushes, You do as you're told.
Sorry, Bethany. Must have misheard you over the noise. The witch hasn't finished with me yet, though. She leans close to pat my forearm, like she's measuring me for the oven.
I wanted to talk to you alone. Didn't want someone jumping to conclusions. But I saw you getting handsy with the offerings earlier.
My hair stand up, already priming for flight. I force myself to stay calm and keep mum.
Now, simply being near sin isn't a crime, or we'd all be destined for the lake of fire. But if you did do something shameful, now's the time to confess.
Ugh, you got me. I almost pocketed something, but I couldn't go through with it. I felt like Annie was there, reminding me how the devil comes disguised as human desire.
Oh, my dear. Well, I can't say I'm not disappointed, but I'm glad you took Annie's lessons to heart before you made a mistake. You can start making up for it with redoubling your efforts to purge the sin from both the city and yourself. If you need a place to volunteer, I can find somewhere to get you settled.
The fields of white-hot judgment fade in my mirror. I breathe deep the cool air and thumb the wheel as I go over Grayson's nest. I got music and booze covered. All that's left is the cosmetic pickup. I round the bend and feel the world tilt. If I hadn't already seen his writing, I would have known Needles from the shape of his silhouette and the scent of his favorite cigarettes.
Who the hell? Diamo.
Nice to see you too, Needles. I'm here for the pickup.
Funny. Last I talked to my client, he was supposed to come himself.
Change of plans. Grayson sent me. He also says your invite's still good. Now, are we going to spend all day playing Whispers, or are you going to give me the package?
Okay. Had to ask. Didn't want to find another no-show client tied up in a trunk. Packages are in the trunk. Bigger ones behind right and left panels, small ones sewn into the lining of the pink and green coats.
We're halfway to his car when engines announce themselves with a distant roar. Our heads whip down the winding road. Red and white cars bearing painted axes rapidly speed toward us. How much heat did you pull?
Not enough to send pitchforks after. Must be a patrol.
Then maybe we can talk our way out.
I have something. I've got a tailor's license signed to Petya Ivanov. You could play fashion designer. You look sharp enough to pass. Say the car broke down on a delivery.
It's an act we've put on a dozen times before, but the memories blur into the last job we worked. I'm standing in the dark of Santa Anita Lodge, Needles 38 pressed into my gut. Don't make me regret this. Something flits behind his blue eyes. I don't have time to see what. When the Crusaders pull up, I'm impatiently tapping my fingers while a harried needle slams down the hood.
Excuse me. This road is off limits.
Sorry, sir. We were on a delivery to Downing when the car broke down. Just finished fixing.
Needles hands him a packet of forms. I wrinkle my nose, passing it off as annoyance instead of nerves when I smell ash. He must have come from barrel smashing.
Thank you. We'll let you get on your way once we finish checking the contents of your...
Keep your greasy paws off them. I spent all week finishing those orders. I didn't lose sleep so some buckethead on an ego trip could ruin them.
Hey, boss, go easy on him. He's just doing his job. Quick check and we're on our way. And if something gets messed up, I'll take care of it.
Pietja! Needles shrugs like a man resigned to the tide and pops the trunk. He takes his time, showing off drab colors and modest cuts while smoothing ruffles. No one else sees him tuck away an odd stitch. Satisfied? Or is carrying cotton and tweed a crime?
No, that'll do. Thank you for your cooperation. Now you have 5 minutes to get off this road, or there will be a problem.
We watch them leave, sharing a sigh of, let's hurry up. I don't want to risk any more surprises.
I'll get the panels. You get the coats.
We move the cargo to my car, steps haunted by silence. Where the space between us had been empty before, there's an uneven jumble. Familiarity piled on by hurt and uncertainty.
That invite. It's not just a code word, it's for Grace and Shindig. You gonna be there?
Yeah, helping to organize it.
Come talk to me later. I got something for you.
Look, Needles.
Please?
I don't have an answer. Not when we load the last bag, not when I blink, and he's gone. All I know is I've got a job, and I'm due back at the Swan.